how to get high school students to sleep more? How about an hour-long lecture, or better yet, an hour-long PowerPoint on all the historical locations in Romeo and Juliet? As high school students grow up in the digital age, they are bringing with them a very unique voice that we as educators need to know how to help foster and cultivate. There are so many ways to allow our students to be creators, thinkers, and innovators, and My Histro is not only one of them, but is free and easily accessible, combining text, video, and pictures to create a dynamic timeline mashup. MyHistro.com is a free, interactive, virtual timeline creator that covers everything from the history of the Civil Rights Movement, as well as your 4 favorite vacation spots in Alaska. It will also allow your students to reach the highest level of Bloom's theory on critical thinking, creation, as well as help them find their own voice in the tough world that is high school. Research has shown that the intention of digital storytelling is that personal growth and agency acquired in the process translates into active engagement in education, employment, or democratic processes. A virtual timeline do all that sounds, as the kids say, a little sketch. But with My Histro, students create virtual plots all around the world and write out a short blurb such as, "This is where the first unicorn was discovered," or as complicated as, "The first unicorn, or Unicorn silveraris, was found in Dublin, Ireland in 1805. Then, of course, you'd make them cite their sources, so they'll realize the sad truth that unicorns aren't real. But still, they will have learned to paraphrase, check their so-called facts, and to cite their sources. Did we just cover 3 ELA standards? I think we did. My Histro also covers a variety of AASL standards, such as using interaction with and feedback from teachers and peers to guide their own inquiry processes, and reading, viewing, and listening for information presented in any format in order to make inferences. I can infer that My Histro is something our school should look into, but let's look at other subjects as well. Important social studies standards also apply, like citing specific textual evidence to support analysis of primary and secondary sources. For example, how do we know this narwhal is real? We find information on not 1, not 2, but 3 different websites. Facts? Checked. Yeah. Many English language arts standards are also covered, such as determining the central ideas or information of a primary or secondary source, and providing an accurate summary of how key events or ideas develop over the course of a text. My Histro is making some big promises, but does it deliver? Well, like the best pizza guy you've ever had? Yes it does. My former student, Kelsey Smith, will demonstrate. With My Histro, Kelsey will create virtual plots all around the world. First, she simply clicks Create New Event, and then types the title into the top left bar, and then below adds a brief summary of the event. In this case, it's about narwhals, of course, also known as whale unicorns. Now, after Kelsey types her summary, she can go to the right-hand bar and add the date for her event. Now comes the fun part. Students can add text, video, pictures, etc. to enhance and make their slide more interesting to their audience. Next, Kelsey will add a city or country that she would like to have her event take place at. Hit search, and the pinpoint takes it right to where she needs to go. Now that we've finished our event, Kelsey goes back to her home screen, and there it is, with all our media, map, and pictures. That doesn't deserve a high five. I'm not really sure what does. With My Histro, students have the potential to cover all of our Buddy Craftwall's educational objectives. They receive information as they research. Next, they will respond to this information. They'll start to value it, learn to organize it, and finally, will be able to characterize and understand why the program and the skills it brings are valuable in their world. Now that, my friends, is the potential to grow and learn. It is easy to differentiate in My Histro through the amount of events, amount students have to write, or what type of media they add. How will you use My Histro with your students, as well as your colleagues? Check out this sample rubric to see how easy My Histro will be not only for students, but to evaluate students as well. Hopefully, much like me, you'll use it to teach about narwhals. However you use it, you will be using it to turn your students into successful researchers and critical thinkers. Check out this free interactive tool for yourself and your students. With My Histro, who knows where you'll travel next?